Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Scribes and Men. We are on to volume 45. And have you ever met a person writing 10,000 poems? If you're watching this, you kind of should have figured out that, yeah, there's a reason why I'm a little mad in the head. Anyways, volume 45, let's get into it. Excuse me. When it comes to myself, why must I fight? When my body's when my body desires, I go make things right. Into my system, I tend to ignore when it desires for things to be as before. They were given the tools for their hate, as venom spewed out from their corrupted state, self-righteously acting, thinking they're morally right. When so tainted by evil, they became blind to their sight. We all have our dreams. We all dreams. Yeah, we all have our dreams. We battle. No. We all have our demons that we battle, locked in their cages where they scream and they rattle, taunting our efforts along as we go. Yet why should we listen when in revenge we could show? To know the structure of a story and to write it well, a place in a system not many will dwell. It is never a matter to read or to not, but more of how you will live if your book isn't bought. You know what I hate doing, just as like a random side thing? Biting my tongue while I'm sleeping. Anyways. There are those who go blind, refusing to see, lost in their ways as who they wish to be, thinking it's fine being trapped in the past, yet eventually this too shall no longer last. There are no enemies except my own. Face two. Okay, what was I trying to say here? Sometimes I write something and it's like, what was I trying to say here? Face I face in the mirror. No, it's face to face in the mirror. Shouldn't it be? Or should it be the face I face in the mirror? It should be the face I face in the mirror. The face I face in the mirror with the blood of my bone. With all the things I try to do. If it's not me that prevents it all, then who? This guilt that haunts me when no one would care. Notice the lack of all that I dare. For when they read, they shall read on through, to a future not past, to me or to you. All of this to what I desire, to burn on high like a bright fire. And what does it matter of what I should write, when others come closer and take a view at the height? Whether it should appear sooner or later within, what matters more is all I put in, for people to read and perhaps go and relate, so as to ease their souls in a more comfortable state. Who am I to deny what I am, to hide away and be locked up like a clam? What purpose does it serve to be what purpose does it serve to the goals in kind that spark something later when things are aligned? Why must your identity be costing so little, with cracks in the corners showing it's brittle? Yet it is in this you scream and you shout, for the sake of attention, for the sake of some clout. Cleverer men than this have debated all that's past, from the founding of an empire to things that never last, of morality and the actions of men and more. They welcome all, come when they open the door. You shall never see me, you shall never know me, for I remain in the shadows you will never see. A ghost on the edge, watching the light, kept to my own, whether by day or by night. Let the world fade away, traded to a world of our own, while passing by people every day, oblivious while lost in our zone. What is there to say when all the words have gone away, and all has become dry when the dreadful drought came by? How nice it must feel to sit by the fire while ignoring the eyes in the dark, who hunger in their own sense of desire as they seek to find their own ark. Going numb, so tight in the chain, let me feel something, even if it's pain. While trapped in a cage, shell-shocked, ignoring all who have come and knocked. To err is to live, and to live is to err. With all our fathers length, with all our failures hanging bare, all parts of that growing pain, and it is up to us to decide what we'll gain. They say they understand, but have they come to know all that's lost does not always show in time? We ask for the skies while on horses we travel, where the future they said lies, while our present begins to unravel. What manner of this done with a smirk or a smile, no tolls to pay or trolls or fay to begin. Oh, wait, hold on. What manner of this done with a smirk or a smile, with no toll to pay trolls or to. Let me start this over. What manner of this done with a smirk or a smile, no tolls to pay trolls or fay to beguile. I think I can delete this. So it will become, what manner of this done with a smirk or a smile, no tolls to pay trolls or fay to beguile. Us and our hubris that continues to burn, will we learn from this lesson before it's your turn? Your robotic mind, what emotions does it feel to become human? So as a note, when I'm doing all these things, I don't always have the time to like read it out loud and fix things as I go. So while I'm doing a second reading as I am now, it allows me the chance to fix anything I might feel doesn't match. What is eternity if eternity is not passing? I'll blip through it all with it everlasting. What will we remember? What will we know when the only clue is what the Bible will show? I see faces in the pavement staring at my eyes, changing ever so often under the sunny skies. This is no mirage, but patterns of making, where if you look too long, your sanity it's taking. There were people as knights so valiant and brave. Also, this would be like so much easier for like if I had a proper poetry voice. Oh my goodness. Anyways, there were people as knights as so valiant and brave, with all the battles they fought and lives they gave. Demanded of honor as one ought to do, for tomorrow's a new day to start the battles anew. Is it all a joke for one man to complete, to take the place at the table with a place for his seat? Is it all a joke for one man to complete, to take a place at the table with a new place for his seat? Whether a ghost or a human, it matters not. What's done is done to those who have bought. How will things fade? How will things grow? When stories are told of the stories they know, have we still a mark through the coming ages for them to look back and scroll through the pages? Along the shores where shadows sleep, where secrets go, washed away in the deep, for none to find and never to know, lost away wherever the sea may go. Maps to treasure only pirates can keep, a price to pay for betrayal so steep, where death has come to collect and to reap, for a price in blood must always flow along the shores. Secrets now kept with no sound or a peep, for in shadows the punishment will creep, never to be seen or ever to show, lest they bear a mark to bestow, whether awake or caught dead asleep along the shores. There were lessons hidden for them to find, who traveled around as if they were blind, eyes wide open to finally see a way of the world that would always be. A way of the world that always would be. The world that always would be. Yeah, a way of the world that always would be. A goal to rise to like they once had fled. What? A goal to rise to like. Goal to rise to like they once had. Oh, I am found the error. A goal to rise to, comma, like the one they had fled. Fickle in nature and fickle in bed. Chained to nowhere with a hollow soul, with truly no aim and truly no goal. I heard the herald singing, ringing in my ear. I heard the herald singing, coming ever near. That should be more of a chant, right? Yes. It's a small chant, but it's still a chant. Because you can repeat these 4 words over and over and over, and it becomes more ominous the more, just like, to demonstrate. Imagine a group of people walking down the road, wearing whatever, matching clothing, and all you hear in the same kind of like chanting voice is, I heard the herald singing, ringing in my ear. I heard the herald singing, coming ever near. I heard the herald singing, ringing in my ear. I heard the herald singing, coming ever near. I heard the herald singing, ringing in my ear. I heard the herald singing, coming ever near. So, I'm gonna just... Okay. So you can understand how that gets creepy if it's done too long. So yeah, that is definitely more of a chant. Oh man, that would be free. That just those 4 words going over and over and over again. That's some ominous stuff right there. We held together in sounds unseen, and places gathered where no one had been, with strange creatures alike that stare as we sleep, and unsettling eyes like the secrets they keep. Trial and error and the problems we all face, so we can succeed. Secrets of the night for one to uncover, like the ways one would unto their lover, with all the things they know and see, and their intimate touch forever to be. We learn not the lessons others kept, focusing in their ways while others slept. And who are we to go and complain when we went out and caused our own pain? Not of the system forever to feel, like the illusions of the mind not knowing what's real, before we base reality towards our desire and wonder why we burn in a fire. Hollow hands in a mocking crowd, where silence is shattered by the noise of the loud, who in their anger cry out with their hate, never knowing peace as their fate. Are we our own cautionary tale of things we tried before we went stale, lost to the comfort of and doldrum of life, with nothing to hold, not even a wife? Waves of the ocean making them sick, and their system coming out quick, over the edge of the boat that is rocking. For people like this, it's never that shocking. Through the sound of their laughter, do we know the silence that comes after? In awkward places we wish not to stand, before it stretches its arm out and offers a hand. So many people with hate in your heart, your bitterness growing as you're falling apart. It's like you've never been taught how to love and forgive, so onto each generation it's hatred you give. I shall not yell, but I shall make this clear. You help continue the system you fear. So be part of the change you wish to see. Let go of the hate and self-pity and to be finally free. Control the heart that wants to scream while wishing it was lost in a dream. For what the many can never see is part of us that longs to be free. Days closing in as we're picking up speed, trying to finish all that we want and need, fully constrained by the chains we put on, just so that we could finish before the coming dawn. Lights, camera, action, and I'm drifting. Call me a puppet that needs uplifting, caught between the strings of my own hand, and nothing is ever going as planned. Don't pretend like you didn't take part of the monster you created, coming alive from ways you never saw activated. Your actions, like the others, remain much the same, taking the oneness off yourself and targeting someone to blame. What are your actions when all you do is speak of systems that everybody knows reeks like the sewage it all came from, yet even so they all have you right under their thumb. There are ways for all to come together, whether through hell or stormy weather, yet you seem to like standing across the divide while obeying the system by picking a side. Use the fair sex and watch men drool, a strong distraction allowing them to rule. You claim you can turn away, but can you really, when face to face with her fair lily? Poetic shade in the system, never seen. Artificial, and they scream in fear, face to face to a future they don't want near. But the Wild West never stopped until it grew and allowed order to come on through. World of color becoming black and gray as the sun stopped shining one day in vibrant colors you once could see as you allowed life to negatively affect how to be. Sandman comes looking for his toll of sleep, with dreams to give into the deep. Yet we resist as we play away, yet the body will one day collapse anyway. Like when I fall asleep at my desk, as I awake and before I sleep, a body turned to lead. A mixture of symptoms it would be, or so the people said. To deny our rest and proper food brought us to this day. Now, to properly do what we must, perhaps we'll do as they say. In my mind, a mindless humming of static noise and vibrant thrumming. Like a spaceship, vacant and alone, before exploding into pathways known. Have you finally reached the stars to drive around with flying cars, or are you locked on land and never going, as you look at the distance, never knowing? Sound of summer nights while under shooting stars, a wish to be made. And all that I struggle and all that I try, should I be broken without knowing why? Am I acting the wise or as the fool, when into my hand I'm given each tool? What path do I play in order to see the place to find that's meant for me? Not many will know, not many will try. I, however, will always ask why. Thoughts to go harder still, with words that flow to come and fill. Thoughts to go harder still, with words that flow and come to fill. But what would that mean for me to bring it out for others to see? I am a victim of my addiction, and I love how it feels. A dance with lust and all its sexual appeals, pressed up against my body, enhancing my desire. I know I should hate, but I love the feel of fire. I am my own worst enemy, and time is not my friend. For there are those better than I with the time they spend. And while others may look and speak in awe on all of what I do, if truth be told, that must be told, I have not a single clue. Why do I worry about a future I have never seen? Such silly things to worry about when I have never been. Yet it is good to plan and know all that one must do, yet to curse myself of it all is a silly thing to do. Why must I worry about repetition and have myself constrained? To restrict myself of all I do, of which I've gone and trained. Why can't I have the same word at the end of which I press delete? For aren't they worthy to also sit again upon the end and seat? That end and seat. If I had time but no money, all I'd feel is stress. And if I had money but no time, my hobbies I'd have less. But if I had both combined, oh, what I could do, of things to write and create and bring it all right through. There are those wiser than I, of this I will admit, who know where the gold will lie and where the kings do sit. The hare that moves fast and steady, a tortoise it will beat. When there's only room for one, the hare will win that seat. How will it be for the future to see my words placed in the past? And how will it come for the lessons to see of things that came to last? A storm sweeps through the land like a tornado. A storm sweeps throughout the land as the tornado takes its toll, as howling winds cry out within the destruction it reaps, like the state of my heart and mind when emotions rage within. Did I begin to write for validation and glory? Were riches part of the plan when I began the story of myself and my mind to test my limits within? So just write what you'll write and wait for the others to come in. That and this and this and that in matters that we make. For ourselves and for others, least we should forsake. Gathering with those who matter, away from those who don't. For sanity away from toxic minds to entertain we won't. In softness of nature and a serene peace, in places where worries begin to cease, as the waters roll up onto the shore, caressing your feet in a sense never felt before. A dance of elegance, lost in their joy, to the music their heart will enjoy, as others come to watch and sit, while embracing the emotion of it. Cool breeze of the night, brushing our skin, as moon and stars journey through the night, all before the new dawn will begin, as we embrace all we see within our sight. The valleys glow and hum as the lantern flickers out, where the winds whisper and never come to shout, of ages long forgotten from the past, and through time eventually couldn't last. All eventually come to an end, the actions we take, the moments we spend, so why waste all our time away when we can bring meaning into every day? Silver moon in its 5 phases through the year. When things are calm and when things are heavy, through it all, remember to keep it steady. For as each moment comes, they will not last, before time comes on through and moves on past. The weary comes seeking rest, to ease them through should they be stressed. As hard days may come and go, what matters here is what we show. A thief comes to take from our hand all the hard work we've done on land, and there's nothing we can say or do, for it's what the government demands of you. The struggles that come, I should probably say, taxes. Just that, taxes. The struggles that come that we all must face, no matter the time, no matter the place. What matters is what we all show, on whether we'll leave or continue to go. We all made that promises we could not keep, that don't haunt while others. Okay, give me a sec. We all made promises. That's not okay. There we go. We all made promises we could not keep, that don't haunt some while others can't sleep. For what is honor if your word isn't a bond from the lips of those who've gone and conned? Music of the night, when all else goes to then sleep. The nocturnal sing. When all else goes to their sleep. Music of the night, when all else goes to their sleep, the nocturnal sing. Every good relationship is a two-way street, where you walk with the other whom you complete. Even friendship has their ebb and flow that will suddenly end if there's nowhere to go. Every task that they gave to all who would hear, to accomplish them all as they drew near. Yet what of those who would laugh and sneer? Then they now would. Then hold on. Comma. They now would, comma. Soon no fear. Could have done it faster, could have done it well. For discipline is an act that can feel like hell. To sacrifice time and life for that sudden call, where by the time you are done, you might be seen by all. So many things come together to try and make me stop. All things come together. Gather together, together. Something's come together to try and make me stop. Also, they're not coming together, they're coming together. Okay. Something's come together to try and make me stop, whether by my own hands or another that may drop. The plans that I have up in place tend to burn and flame, all while I try to fight with the time I try to tame. Have you reached the planets yet, or are you still stuck on Earth? For in the future, what plans have been set at the moment of your birth? Give me money, give me time, give me ways to be, for I do not like to be constrained, as you all can see. In such little time as this, what else must I then give, that causes anxiety in my heart, with which is no way to live? Worry comes in all shapes and sizes. Worry comes in all shapes and sizes, haunting us, trying to fix what we think is wrong in us. There are so many things I tried, and things I try to do still. Some may think I have lied by every promise I try and fill. What hubris is it to challenge God with the mouths we speak? Yet God allows it all, for it's He who we try and seek. He knows our frustrations and will take them all, just so that He can pick us up after every fall. I'm gonna change that. This is a longer one than I had anticipated it to be. Why must we fear that which we don't know, to prevent the hate that creeps and comes around to show? All because we refuse to go understand the path of another who walks among our land. They say they came to the campfire, these groups in which to enjoy, yet here I am with a torch on fire, watching ever coy. What is the path of my heart that leads me straight to fire, with deceit and lies all inside manipulating my desire? In the worst of it all, with the Machiavellian glance, yet Jesus came for us all to give another chance. Dreams call through the subconscious mind of all the fantasies we long to find, within a world that's not quite here, where in our sleep we then draw near. There are things that I love that I would rather not, yet they feel rather good in the skin it sought. So change these ways and make them new, O God above. I feel I have been honest now, so change me with your love. The peak of the mountain that I climb, how tall can it be? That when I finally reach the top, there's more to see. Of things to do and places to reach that I haven't thought, for when it comes to creating things, there's more than that I have not. Sometimes war is best done when we simply run, to find a better place to go and fight, to go and get it done. For when they attack, you can defend your honor and your home. When the battle is on home turf, where can the enemy roam? When the battle is on home turf, where can the enemy roam? Our silence causing suffering here on earth. If we have not yet reached to the stars in our flying ships and flying cars, then what on earth has been done when even still it has been left undone? And with that being said, I will see you guys for the next one. Bye bye.